Amy Porterfield's website is often sent to me as an inspo site from my clients when I'm asking them for examples. And in this video, I am going to share why Amy Porterfield's website should not be a website that you model your own website after. Now the design is good and this video is no shade against Amy, but I want to show you why just because they are a leader in the online space doesn't mean they're actually doing things right on their website. So let's dive in. Now, I'm not going to go through every single detail on every single page, but I want to point out some things that I think are amiss on Amy's website and things that I think you should avoid. I'm looking at this through the lens of my clients. Looking at her homepage, this right here is actually a video banner. It has paused because I've been on the page. Video banners, I feel like are just not it. I think they're usually distracting. I really think they only work well for like events or concert venues or something like that. Something where you want to see the atmosphere, you want to see the space. But for online business owners, I don't think they add anything of value to the design and probably just slow down your website. The next thing I want to point out, your homepage headline should tell someone immediately who you are, who you help, what you do. This, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I get the gist kind of what she's saying, but I don't know, like, is she a one-to-one business coach? Is she a strategist? Is she a time freedom coach? Like, I don't love the headline. It's not clear. Then this is very nitpicky. Drives me nuts that free guide is in white text and then this is in black text. It drives me nuts. It should be all white or all black. So be consistent. And then finally down here is when we get to see who Amy is. This is one of the mistakes that I want you to avoid on your website as a small business owner. You should likely be up here in the header. Now, I know some people are like, but I don't want my face to be first, or like I have a team. Okay, it can be a team photo. If you don't want to be in the banner, like then be this first photo here. But we want to see who you are and who we're working with. Not to mention that seeing a smiling photo on a homepage, research has shown that it helps build trust. It helps people like stay engaged on the website. They feel like it's a real person that they're interacting with. So as a small business owner, we want to see you, especially. So the other thing right here, I like the little animation. I think animations can be fun on websites. I think sometimes they can be overdone. So when you're looking at this, you're like, oh, that's so cool. I just want you to be careful that it's not overdone and distracting. But what I really don't like here is that it's yellow on white background. I don't like that. From an accessibility standpoint, from a contrast standpoint, that is not easy to read. Now it's only like 2 words. It's not a huge deal, but I don't love that. The about page, I think, is the bigger issue. So I want to show you this first and then tell you why I don't like it. Okay, she's been in business for 15 years. She's served 90,000 students, $100 million. I wrote a best-selling book. I make my revenue from 2 courses. Little inspo, like da-da-da-da, here's another video. You and me at every stage, sending people to her products. I'm not actually getting to know Amy. Now, your about page is not a life story. Your about page really needs to be about your philosophy, your approach, how you think about your services, what makes you different, how you approach nutrition versus someone else, or how you think about copywriting versus someone else. You want it to make people connect with you and think, this is the person that is the best fit for me because she gets it. I'm not getting that with Amy. Yes, there's lots of credibility. And yes, if you have stats like this for your business, or any stats, doesn't have to be like this, but if you have stats, share those. Absolutely. If you have certifications or anything like that, mention those. But we want to know who we are working with, not just, hey, look at me. So this is the biggest thing I want you to not take away from Amy's website. Hopping over to the courses page, again, another video banner. This one like moves really slow and it feels weird. So I would do a still image here. I do like the little animation here and the animation that slides in. I am actually kind of anti landing pages for here are all my courses or services. So when I'm working with clients redesigning their website, I typically am like, hey, I see you have just a services page with boxes like this where it just lists everything. I'm not a fan of that. Now, Amy is linking to like the sales page to go learn more. I would much prefer the courses navigation have a drop down and we can go directly to each page. Now, if this page was like, hey, I don't know which one is the best fit for me, like I'm trying to decide between A or B, that would be different. That makes sense. But from a user experience, this is just another click. Going over to the resources page, nice design. Like all of these pages are nicely designed. I just think some of it could be improved either from user experience or accessibility. For this one, I get that she's trying to like explain kind of not every tool is for every person, whatever. I just wish we got to the resources sooner. I would be so curious to see a heat map, to see how people are using and engaging with this page. And I'm curious if people are going, scroll, let me get down here, and like skipping all of that. My only recommendation to you right now watching is stick to the resources in your niche. If you're a dietitian, you don't need to be recommending business tools. If you're a copywriter, you don't need to be recommending like personal whatever. And then hopping over to the podcast page, the last thing I'm going to comment on, I love that she has these buttons here. So whether you do the graphic or just a regular old button that says, listen on Spotify, I love that she's doing this. So this is actually a very smart idea. Some people might be like, oh, but then they're not like staying on the website. Make sure they open in a new tab. And we all listen to podcasts, or most of us listen to podcasts on our phone. We don't want to listen necessarily on our computer. So make it easy. Understanding consumer behavior in this instance is very important. Again, lots of like text and whatever. I just want you to get to the episodes. What I don't love is this listeners section, because these reviews are not accessible to screen readers and they're not great for SEO. Now, Amy might not worry a ton about SEO because she probably has tons of traffic, but for you, for both of you, accessibility is important. But for you, the smaller business owner, you want to leverage any of that SEO that you can. And what I mean is not having this text on the page, like the actual text, would be beneficial. Like not having it is, I don't want to say hurting her SEO, but it's not helping her SEO. And so I want you to put the actual reviews, like copy and paste them into text boxes, because this is not accessible, like I said, and it would help your SEO if it was just on the page. Again, overall design is great. That's fine. But we want to make sure that you are setting your website up for success. And so while the design might be fine, the strategy is not going to be necessarily a good fit for you. You want to find the strategy that actually helps your business, not just, oh, Amy Porterfield's doing it, so I should do it. That is a big, big mistake, regardless if it's Amy or someone else. So if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If there's someone else's website you think I should look at, put that in the comments as well. Otherwise, I will see y'all in the next video.